Lens Flair signing in. To my subscribers, what up? And if you're new around these parts, just stopping by to see how I do things around here, what up, what up? So we gonna get right into it. Last week was the NFL Combine, and Shedeur Sanders been under a lot of scrutiny. They were saying he is brash and very arrogant. Todd McShay also said he had a chance to speak with 2 NFL reps, and they got the sense from him that he don't care what they think of him. So I had a chance to check out some of the interviews he had with the public, and what I took from his interviews is he is a very confident player, and he definitely believes in his skills. But when I think of Shedeur and I think of the things that he's been through, we all know he started out at an HBCU at Jackson State. Before he got there, they was 3-7. His best year there, I think he turned it around to like 12-1. All right, we all know at Colorado, before he got there, they was 1-11. And the best year he had there was 9-3. So he just was speaking on a note like, yo, if you want a program that's gonna be rebuilt, I'm your guy. That's what I do. I go around and, I make programs better. And we all know with these top picks, the teams with the top picks, they in distress. So they looking for someone to be a leader in the locker room and someone that can help, upstart things. And that's just what I took from it. And him being a Sanders, he definitely got a bullseye on his back. And he been carrying it very well. Like, when I think of him, the first year when he got to Colorado, people was like, oh, he ain't gonna be able to do what he did at Jackson State. And how about he still was doing this thing? He was sacked like 52 times. And he still, he didn't make excuses or none of that. And the following year, this past year, he was sacked 42 times, but he still was able to do his thing. He was like in the top 5, top 4 quarterbacks for the most passing yards. He had like 4,000 or so yards. So that had me thinking like, if he got sacked 10 less times, he probably could have easily led the pack with yards. And what I like about him, he could have easily said, my O-line ain't good. Like that's taken away from my skills, my abilities. But man, he ain't do that. He stood 10 toes down and he stood right there in the adversity and did his thing. So that's what I got to say about him. Like, he definitely bigged up. Like, when they said something about his O-line, like, yeah, O-line wasn't as good or something, even though we all know Colorado O-line been the Achilles heel. He said something like, my guys, we weren't all on the same page at times. He didn't even throw them under the bus. So I think with Shedeur Sanders, the team definitely need to go ahead and go out there and go and get this good quarterback, because he just built for these times. Like you said, he turned around some programs. So go ahead and get this superstar on your team. And plus, like, when I think of him, like when I heard him talking, like, he was saying, we all know he got mentorship from his father, Coach Sanders. We know he say Tom Brady is a mentor. Michael Vick is a mentor. So with pieces like that around you, I know they definitely go keep him grounded in a great way. And when I just heard him answering these questions about, like, he still feel like he haven't played his best game of football and things of that nature, and he want to be able to get better, and he played the game with his mind, so he feel like that way he could be able to, play a long time. So I think he definitely was handling business in a great way. Plus, like, he didn't even work out at this combine. He came out to support his teammates. He came out to support Wester. He came out to support Jimmy Horn Jr. So that speaks volumes about how he feel about the guys around him, when he could have easily just not showed up. But he came out there, showed love. And then in even one of his interviews, he was like, man, I want to, bring it back to the home base. And that had me thinking, like, yo, did he not participate in the combine because big bro Shiloh didn't get an invite? But it just had me thinking too, it's good. Like he said, man, it cost too much money to get a lot of support that he was getting out in Colorado, to get them all the way in Indy to be at this combine. So I think what I like about the way they do things now is like, you know, they moving as a unit and they moving as a family. And I heard like one of the reporters say something around the words is they didn't like the way he had his hat on backwards and, you know, the clothes that he wear. This is supposed to be a job interview. And now in today's time, I think the world is more accepting and, you know, they accept people for who they are. This ain't like the old days where, oh, I gotta make sure I got my button-up shirt. I gotta make sure, man, when we think of this, he a product of his father. When you look back at Coach Sanders at the NFL draft, he got on the gold chain. So when we see Shedeur up there, he got the jewelry on and he dripped out doing this thing. So it's like, you knew what you getting when you get him. Like, and when I think about Shedeur, it's not too much bad you could say about him. What you could say, the thing I could think about, oh, he didn't shake hands after one game. What? That's what you go get on him about? You ain't got to worry about him getting in trouble. I haven't heard of him, like, you know, making a bad name for himself. So he just the type of person, he seemed like he make people around him better. And that's just my thoughts on that. I think, you know, they probably trying to get him to overreact a certain type of way just to be able to try to, you know, see, look at him. And like when he was talking about Tom Brady being his mentor, he was like, Tom Brady wasn't drafted early in the NFL draft, and look what he turned out to. So you just know he was like, I know being a Sanders, I know I'm gonna get like a certain type of way where they trying to get me a little different. And it just made me laugh when people be talking about him like he wasn't a top recruit. He could have easily went to the top schools like a Michigan, a USC, Alabama. Like he always was a top recruit, but he just took a different route to get to the NFL. And look at this. Hold on. While you right there, go ahead and hit that like button, that subscribe. We go on the road to 1,000 and we doing our thing. But let's get right back to it. See, all I could do is just respect him because he one of them people. He stand 10 toes down. He stand up like a G. He don't run from adversity or none of that when he could easily be running from the criticisms and things like that. But let me know below in the comments your thoughts about Shedeur. Do you think he's brash and arrogant and you don't think he deserved to be a first-round draft pick? To me, I think he gonna be in the first round. He gonna be in them early picks, but even if he don't, I still think he got a good chance to do his thing and make a good name for himself. He put in the time, he put in the work, and he just been coming up every level, proving people wrong. But let me know how you feel about this. Until next time, peace.